Hello, this is Hannah Midkiff, and this is my Buckle Internship report. My 4 objectives were to grow the Buckle card, the women's shoes, increase our social media activity, and to plan a BAPS or a recruitment event on Baylor's campus for Buckle. For the Buckle card, our goal for July, based on numbers from last year, was to get 60 applicants. We only got 16, and so I learned a lot about having a plan, but more importantly, following through and implementing that. One of my plans was to educate the team and to encourage them to get Buckle applicants. And one way I did that was the Grand Slam contest through Buckle Corporation in July, and that just kept track of everybody's applicants, and then Buckle Corporation rewarded each teammate depending on how many applicants they got in July, and we kept track of that with a fun chart in the back and tallied every applicant they did. And then we also did 10 at 10s at Buckle, which are a time at the end of the day once the store has closed down and we've cleaned, shut down registers, for the teammates to just meet together, talk about successes for the day, but we mainly use this time to educate and role play. And so I was able to lead a 10 at 10 just specifically for the Buckle card. I introduced the turnkey method, which was every time a teammate put their key into a dressing room to let a guest in, they just mentioned the Buckle card and asked if the guest was going to be using their card. And of course, that was a good way for us to find out who had or did not have a card. Then we talked a lot about the benefits of the card. We had a lot of new teammates this summer, so I was able to help educate them on that. And then, of course, we did lots and lots of role plays, and I was able to facilitate those. For women's shoes, I had a goal to just grow the department. I didn't have specific goals for that. Some ways that I increased our sales was just in my own presentations. I picked a different shoe every day that I promoted and definitely showed guests. I educated the team using the name game, and what that is every one of our shoes has a specific name. And so whenever we got a new shoe in, I would bring it out and show our team and introduce it such a way as to go, "Have you met Kendrick today?" And of course, we use the name game to help us remember the shoes in our presentations. And so just what this growth looks like. Overall, we started our shoe ranking in the company was 364th. We only moved up 2 spaces in the whole internship time frame, but in several broken down categories, we moved up significantly. For instance, short boots, we started at 472nd, and then we ended 397th. Beach flip-flops, 322nd to 215. Flats, 216 to 127. And then breakdown by brands. Meme, which are the black shoes in the top right. That's Meme brand, and they kind of mimic a Free People look. We started 222nd, we moved up to 170th. The Cobians, which are the flip-flops in the bottom right, we were 219 to 88th. And I believe that was a lot of my personal styles because I love Cobians. And so whenever anyone came in looking for a comfortable shoe, I obviously was able to point them straight to those. Then Naughty Monkey, Billabong, and Hey Dudes. And the Hey Dudes are the pink shoe in the top left. And that's a very popular brand that we're seeing at Buckle, especially for the guys, and we're just picking it up for the girls. Another area that I worked in was the social media. Originally on Instagram, we started with 1,433. Ironically enough, mid-June, we took a dip, and then we came back up and ended up gaining only 2 followers, but we did recover from that dip. On Instagram, before I started helping out, our average likes would be around 20. I mean, there were some posts that had as low as 4 likes, and we did have one post that had a high 40, and that was of our team on one of our grand reopening posts. Ending high, we had 53, but ending average, we had about 30. So we did increase a little bit, and how I did that was We did some style shows every Monday night at 6 o'clock. I would do a live Instagram style show some of the looks that were coming out. They were always themed. It was either layering, or we did a fun 4th of July one, and one of our last ones was a back to school look. And then I did a photo shoot. I took some of our product that was in and one of our own teammates and went around Waco and did photo shoots. The picture that you're seeing here is Emma actually on the Magnolia grounds, which we all know is a super iconic area. And so when people see the post, they know that it's Magnolia without seeing any of the branding there. And that was our highest like on our Instagram so far. And then for my recruitment event, we have already started a dialogue with Andy Day talking about setting up a time for Jacob to come and talk to BAPS. We're also looking at better ways to serve the apparel design and apparel merchandising majors with specific career fairs. I know we have a new one that's for just communication and design. And so we've already been talking with Jacob about getting Buckle at that one. And that'll still be a work in progress as I finish up the internship and then move into school there. All right, the area that I'm most excited about was with our Free People brand. This was originally something that I wanted to take on, but when I started the internship, we did not have enough in the store to call it a department, so I wasn't able to make it an objective. But I was fortunate enough to be able to meet with our district supervisor, Carl, and I told him that it would be a great idea to get Free People into our store because we are in Waco, and I knew that Baylor girls love the Free People. And so what he told me was that he could see about sending in some testers for us to see if we could sell through it. And now what you're looking at in the top right here, the blue and then the off-the-shoulder shirt, those were our tester tops. And we sold through those within about a week and a half. And so then he was able to send us more and more, and now we have a full wall of Free People merchandise at our store, which I'm super excited about. And some ways that I was able to promote these was obviously through our social media. Every Instagram post that we did recently from our photo shoot had Free People in it. I always had a Free People outfit in my style show on Monday nights. And so we started our Free People and Gimmicks, which is a like Free People brand. We were ranked 387th in the whole company, and now we are 145th, which is a great jump. I'm very pleased with that, and we're going to continue to grow that as well. Another area that I'm very proud of is the leadership. As an intern, we're generally just given our departments that we're in charge of, but at mid-July, I was able to step up and fill a hole in our leadership, and I became a segment leader and then was given keys and able to open and close the store, which is a huge honor, a huge responsibility. And what that looked like as a segment leader, if I opened, I would set up the day, I would get teammates set up with their sales guide, which is just a little piece of paper that tells them their goals and their projects for the day, and they are able to keep track of their presentations on that. I also would be able to set up the book as a whole and determine goals for the day for us to follow, and just daily administrative responsibilities, which I really enjoyed. One of the things that I was able to experience as a leader was dealing with a teammate that the other managers didn't really get along with. I know I wrote about it in my report, but I just wanted to touch on this in my presentation. The teammate was on his phone a lot, and the other managers were getting frustrated, and I was able to kindly pull him aside and talk about what we expected, and just encourage him to work hard and step it up. And of course he did, and worked really hard for me that day. I just wanted to touch on that again because I worked with him just for about 10 minutes as I was getting off my shift on Wednesday, and he just came up to me with the biggest smile and greeted me, and was actually very disappointed that I was getting off, that we weren't going to work together, but he was already interacting with some guests, and I saw a complete turnaround from what we had seen before. And learned a lot that I didn't realize, that I didn't really know about just the importance of taking time to invest and be kind and understanding, and how you can get results that way. As far as the numbers, when I was a leader, our average store sale, we call the IA, for my segment started about $50 average sale. And then in the last 3 weeks, I've been able to see it grow as I've learned how to be a leader and worked hard to raise that. And so now I'm ending with on Wednesday, my segment's average sale was $140. And then my personal average sale has increased over the summer, and I'm sitting at about a $120, which is ideal. We want to have at least a $105. A challenge that I encountered while being a leader was one night I was counting the registers, and we came up about $285 short, and that was definitely challenging as a new leader, not really knowing what to do. But I, kept my head up, led the team. We did a pocket and bag search just so that everyone could leave comfortably, saying that it wasn't them. We did everything we could, and we contacted loss prevention, who then took over the investigation, and we sorted it all out. And so I learned a lot about just remaining calm and following procedure when things like that do happen. All right, that does wrap up my internship report. I really enjoyed working for Buckle this summer. I plan to continue as the school year starts. We'll see how it goes the rest of the school year. I do have the opportunity to look into the manager training program, but that will be the next step if I choose to continue long term. But I would suggest Buckle to anyone looking to intern. It was a great program and a great corporation.